What's up, deckheads? July is here, and chances are your wallets are already taking a beating from the Steam Summer Sale. Enter the monthly Humble Choice Bundle. I'm going to review this month's bundle and tell you whether it's worth your cash or is just plain trash. Throughout all the gameplay footage you see, I have a nice firm grip on my deck. That's right. For all these games, I play them on my Steam Deck in handheld mode to tell you how well they play and perform on Valve's sweet little gaming machine. Somewhere in this video, I'll announce the winner of last month's Yakuza Like a Dragon Steam Key giveaway, so keep an eye out for that. I also have another Steam Key to give away this month in the form of Patch Quest, the roguelite Metroidvania monster collecting base building twin stick shooter. It's a lot of genres, and a lot of fun too. Want that key? Just leave a comment on this video. It's that simple. In next month's video, I'll select the winner at random. And so, without further ado, let's get started.
Step right in!
A Plaguetale Requiem immerses players in a harrowing tale set against the backdrop of 14th century France. While this game is a sequel, I have never played the original game, and I have absolutely no idea about its story or gameplay, beyond the fact that it probably has something to do with a plague. Have no fear though, you can play this game completely isolated from the first, and the storytelling is so well done and self-contained that you wouldn't even know it's a sequel. The game's engaging storyline and smooth, intuitive controls make for a captivating experience on the deck. The stealth sequences are truly terrifying, adding to the overall tension and atmosphere. However, performance problems can detract from the otherwise immersive gameplay. You may need to experiment with the graphics settings to find the right balance between visual fidelity and stable performance. I ended up using the low graphics profile and setting the resolution upscale option to performance to find what I felt was that sweet spot between performance and visuals on the deck. Overall, A Plague Tale Requiem is a remarkable achievement, showcasing the developer's commitment to delivering a compelling and visually stunning experience. With some optimization, the game has the potential to be an absolute must-play, both for series fans and newcomers. Ghostrunner 2 builds upon the fast-paced, high-intensity gameplay that made the original such a hit. With its slick, responsive controls, players will feel in complete command as they dash, grapple, wall run, parry, and slice their way through level after level. The single-hit kill mechanic returns, creating a thrilling, high adrenaline experience where a single mistake can prove fatal for both the player and their enemies. Be prepared to die a lot. The game can be challenging at times, but at no point did I feel like I had died due to RNG or the game being unfair. Every time, it was because of a mistake that I had made, which made me want to get back up and try again. This style of risk-reward system really encourages the player to master the game's movement and combat systems, leading to an intensely satisfying and rewarding gameplay loop. The game handles and performs extremely well on the deck, no tinkering required. I didn't notice any frame rate dips, and the game really feels like it was developed specifically for a controller. With its short but intense action sequences and very generous checkpoint spacing, this is the perfect game to get a quick adrenaline hit on the go. Ghostrunner 2 is a fun entry into the cyberpunk action genre, delivering an experience that is as visually stunning as it is mechanically refined. Fans of the original can expect to be challenged and exhilarated in equal measure as they take on the role of the titular Ghostrunner once more. Starship Troopers Terran Command expertly walks a very fine line between satire and an engaging real-time strategy game, which is no small feat. The game's narrative and tone stay true to the source material, delivering a darkly comedic take on the classic sci-fi franchise. At its core, Starship Troopers Terran Command is a strategic and tactical experience where planning and execution are crucial to success. Players must carefully manage their limited resources and expendable units to overcome the relentless alien arachnid forces. The gameplay loop of deploying the right units, positioning them effectively, and timing abilities is both challenging and rewarding. And also true to the source material, when a unit gets wiped out, you just shrug and hit that deploy button, sending in another unit of fresh recruits to aid in your war effort. The game truly shines on the deck. Performance is smooth, and using the trackpad and shoulder buttons for mouse controls feels very intuitive. I did do some minor customization of the controls, changing the left joystick to act as camera control, and configuring the D-pad to make use of unit shortcuts. In particular, you're going to want to set a stop button, otherwise your units will keep on marching forward, content with becoming bug food as they're ripped limb from limb. The text did feel a tad on the small side on the deck screen, but it was still legible with very little strain, and ended up being only a minor annoyance. All in all, Starship Troopers Terran Command is a lot of fun and feels right at home on the deck. So if you think you've got what it takes to be a citizen, come join the good fight. And speaking of joining, come join our community of deckheads. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos or Steam key giveaways. Sticky Business is a delightfully calming game that lets you live out that dream you never knew you had of running your own sticker business. As the owner, you'll get to design, print, pack, and ship a variety of colourful stickers to your customers. The game is very wholesome. The game starts off simple, allowing you to create basic sticker designs using the available components. But as you earn coins and build up your reputation, you'll unlock more advanced design elements to truly customize your stickers. Beyond just the sticker designs, you can also personalize the packing materials that your orders are shipped in. Choose from different types of paper, add little gifts or sweets, and create a memorable unboxing experience for your customers. As your sticker business grows, you'll need to balance production, packaging, and shipping to ensure timely deliveries. It's a relaxing loop of creating new designs, fulfilling orders, and reinvesting your profits to expand your sticker empire. The controls can be frustrating on the Steam Deck. Switching selection areas using the D-pad and then selecting options within that area using the left joystick was extremely cumbersome and confusing. And even after a few hours of gameplay, I found myself still struggling with the UI. I did apply a mouse and keyboard layout through Steam Input in an attempt to get around the control issues, but the game didn't register any mouse controls, even after restarting the game, forcing me to use the controller layout. I suspect that when the game detects any kind of controller connected, it locks out all mouse controls, which is a real shame because it certainly looks like that this game would control a lot better using the trackpad as a mouse. Overall, Sticky Business provides a calming, creative outlet to call your own, in spite of the awkward controls. And while not the type of game to really engage or amaze you, in terms of games to help you unwind after a busy day, you could certainly do much worse. Zoeti is a roguelite game that utilizes poker card hands as its core gameplay mechanic. The game aims to deliver a charming storyline and cast of characters to complement the card-based combat. However, Zoeti doesn't necessarily bring anything groundbreaking or innovative to the deck building genre. There aren't any true standout features that set it apart from the competition, and even the ones it borrows from other games aren't as well executed. If you're looking for the same concept with better execution, you'd be much better off playing Aces and Adventure. That said, the game does perform and control remarkably well, especially on the Steam Deck. The responsive controls and smooth performance make Zoeti a good choice for those looking for a lighter roguelite experience on the go, especially with its easier difficulty compared to most other roguelites. Ultimately, Zoeti is a competent, if unspectacular, addition to the deck building library. While it may not be the best executed game in the genre, it still does manage to provide a satisfying and enjoyable experience for fans of the card-based combat and roguelite gameplay loop. Figment 2 Creed Valley is a delightful adventure game that combines witty writing, satisfying puzzles, and a charming setting with endearing characters. The sequel to the acclaimed Figment, the game continues the journey through the recesses of the human mind, this time exploring the realm of Creed Valley. One of the standout features of Figment 2 is its exceptional writing. The dialogue is sharp, humorous, and often thought-provoking, drawing the player deeper into the game's whimsical world. The puzzles, too, are well designed, striking that balance between challenging yet accessible, providing a satisfying sense of accomplishment upon their completion. The game's setting and characters are equally captivating. Creed Valley is a visually stunning and imaginative realm, with each area offering a unique and memorable atmosphere. The inhabitants of this mental landscape, from the quirky denizens to the enigmatic antagonists, are brought to life with charming personality and depth. Figment 2 also performs and plays exceptionally well on the Steam Deck, with intuitive controls and a smooth, responsive experience. This makes it an excellent choice for players looking to enjoy the game on the go, further enhancing the overall experience. Speaking of great games, it's time to announce the winner of the Yakuza Like a Dragon Steam Key giveaway. Congratulations to Alvin Lan GR1RU. I do apologize if I butchered your handle. Send a message on Reddit to the username DecusHedis, and I will send you your key. And just in case you were wondering, yes, that username is a nod to Monty Python. Heretic's Fork is a unique and captivating game that blends the elements of roguelite, tower defense, and deck building into a seamless and addictive gameplay experience. At its core, Heretic's Fork challenges the player, an employee of hell, to prevent sinners from escaping by strategically managing a deck of powerful cards to fend off hordes of relentless enemies. The roguelite elements introduce a degree of unpredictability in the upgrade choices, and just like a tower defense, each wave of enemies gradually increases in difficulty, varying in wave size, health of the enemies, and other aspects to test your defenses. One of the standout features of Heretic's Fork is its exceptional performance and controls on the Steam Deck. The game has been optimized to take full advantage of the handheld's capabilities, delivering a smooth and responsive experience, allowing the player to enjoy the game's addictive gameplay loop on the go. By far, the biggest highlight of this game for me was its soundtrack. From the synthwave song on boot up to the heavy metal tracks blasting as you entrap the souls of sinners, the music is both catchy and a great fit for the game, and it never gets old, encouraging players to attempt run after run of what is already an addictive gameplay loop. It's not all positives though. Every time you unlock something new, you are forced to wait for about 5 seconds while you read a few words of text with no option to skip. This is way too long and breaks the otherwise fast-paced flow of the game. The default game speed is also excruciatingly slow, but fortunately, there is a button to speed up the gameplay. Soon after increasing the game speed about halfway through my first run, the game just suddenly clicked with me, and I very quickly found myself craving that extra run. Yet while Heretic's Fork is fun to play, the execution of Vampire Survivor, a game which has a lot of similarities, is far better. The game's mechanics are much more polished, and the overall experience feels more cohesive. However, Heretic's Fork still offers a compelling and unique take on the roguelite genre, making it a worthwhile addition to your library. Whether you're a fan of tower defense, deck building, or simply seeking a fresh and innovative gaming experience, Heretic's Fork is a title that is worth your attention. When booting up Hyperviolent for the first time, my initial reaction was, oh no, what have I just gotten myself into? In the main menu, only levels 1 and 6 are available when starting a new game. Keep in mind that the game is in early access, so while a little disappointing, you can't really fault the developers for this. So I started a new game on level 1, and oh boy, that's when I experienced the most unpolished opening sequence in my gaming life. The 2D character sprites seemed really out of place in the 3D environment. The in-game cutscene was so cringeworthy it made me sincerely question whether this game was actually satirical, and the recording quality was so bad that it almost completely covered up the terrible voice acting. Almost.
Nothing can stop me now.
And then I played the game, and my goodness, what a pleasant surprise. As a retro-inspired sci-fi first-person shooter, the gameplay in Hyperviolent is simple enough. Shoot bad guys, find new weapons, and pick up ammo and health boosts. The game even has you hunting down coloured keycards to unlock doors of a matching colour. One really cool mechanic in this game is the inventory system, complete with a looting mechanic. Players must manage their ammo, weapons, consumables, and support tools in a limited amount of storage slots. The game also makes use of two hands, allowing you to equip various different combinations of loadouts, such as dual wielding, a gun and a flashlight, or my personal favourite, a gun and a lead pipe. The entire experience reminds me a lot of the original System Shock, minus the skills and experience points. By default, the game uses a mouse and keyboard layout on the deck, but the controls are mapped out perfectly as is, with no tinkering required. Using the right joystick as a mouse when managing inventory was very clumsy, but the trackpad allowed for much more controlled mouse placement, making the process a lot easier. The game is certainly still very rough, but if you like retro first-person shooters, or are looking for a bit of an adrenaline rush in the form of mindless violence, then you'll probably enjoy Hyperviolent. At the very least, it's worth keeping an eye on until full release. There you have it, lots of fun games in this month's bundle that play well on the deck. Is this bundle worth giving your poor defenseless wallet another hit? I certainly think so. Make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on next month's review, as well as the result of the Patch Quest Steam Key giveaway. See you next time, deckheads!